Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Thankful for a lot of things. Thankful for my life. Thankful for the life that I do have. At the bottom of the screen, share a few things that you're thankful for as well. Besides that, today I wanted to come to you and speak on Young Thug. And the reason, my opinion, a few reasons why we haven't heard from him. As far as just a social media presence or, dropping a song, because I know Young Thug dropping a song, that's what we all been waiting for. But, as we see, it hasn't happened. And I just feel like there's a few reasons for that. And, one of the reasons why I feel like we haven't heard from him is I feel like he got to get his mind back together. I feel like I told you in a couple videos ago, I really feel like that jail time that he did and the conditions that he did it under, and the situation he was in as far as the time he was facing and all that, as far as going up against them DAs and everything just being up in the air, uncertainty with his future. Like I say, I feel like that whole situation broke him. Like I say, when he walked out of that jailhouse after hearing his fate from the judge, I really think he was a totally different person. That Young Thug, that cocky Young Thug, the King Slime, and whatever persona you had in your head of Young Thug, I don't think he was that no more once he walked out of that courtroom and was able to come home. Will he get back to that? I'm sure he will, but just not right now. I think it's gonna take some time, probably a couple more months. Because you got to realize, when you're going through a situation like that, a lot of times, when you praying to God and things like that, a lot of your conversations going like, Jesus, if you can get me out of this, or whoever you pray to. If you asking your higher power, you asking them, if you can get me out of this, I never do again. I make sure I never put myself in this situation, never again. You know what I mean? You don't know how his conversations was going with his higher power, and you don't know, what things he said he would never do again. You don't know what things he said he would keep himself away from. On top of, going through that whole situation, talking to his family members, his kids and mom, dad, things like that. You just don't know what he told them he would never put them through that situation again or not. You just don't know his conversations, Because like I say, he was facing life or death. Not literally death, but the time that them DAs wanted to give him, that was pretty much life. They was trying to throw that man away, man, for 20, 30 years, man. And it wouldn't have made them so happy to be able to throw him away for them 20, 25, 30 years. So I just feel like Young Thug, he a different man. And like I say, he do got 15 years of probation, which is a very long time. Like I say, with his resources, I do feel like he could come through it. But I also feel like, smarter as he is, because like I say, whether you think he's smart or not, to make it to the levels that he's made it to, you got to know he's smart. You got to know he ain't no dummy. You got to know he know how to plan things out for years to come. So I just feel like he got a plan on how he's gonna make it through these 15 years. And I just feel like, music wise, I just feel like he probably gonna be dropping every year and a half, every 2-3 years. I don't feel like he gonna be dropping constant, because you got to understand the situation he's in, and the things he can't rap about no more, and you know, pretty much the image that he gotta portray now. He can't rap about those same things. He can't portray that same image no more. Like I say, he's still gonna be Young Thug, but he gonna have to carefully plan out what he's rapping about. He's gonna have to carefully plan out the image that he's portraying. Understand what I'm saying? I just feel like he can't all that rapping about killings and rapping about crimes, and he can't do that no more. You know what I mean? And if he do, he got to be real selective on what he's saying. He got to be real selective on who he's talking about. And I'm sure too, and I'm sure another thing too, I'm sure he don't look at a lot of people the same as he did no more. Like I say, man, when you go through something like that, when you go through something that he been through, you know, and it don't even gotta be, you know, jail time. It don't even gotta be you facing a lot of crime, but just going through something huge like that in your life. Any grown up know, once you come out of that, you don't look at people the same. You don't look at life the same. You look at things from a totally different angle. And like I say, once Thug walked out of that courtroom that day, because we all seen his body language at that podium. Like I mentioned again in another video, I could tell by his body language at that podium when he was hearing his fate from the judge. I can just tell they had broke that man. He was broken. His body language got way better once he seen the judge wasn't gonna send him down the road, and once he's gonna be able to come out of there with probation, his body language eased up a whole lot. It got way better, but up until then, you seen, man, he was pretty much slumped over. And you know, Young Thug tall. Thug tall, so you know he was pretty much slumped over, man. And I'm sure leading up until that, man, he probably wasn't eating like that. He probably didn't have his right state of mind. Well, we all know he did. You know what I mean? It was probably on the certain things he was thinking about, and that was the case. You know what I mean? He got plenty of kids. I'm sure he probably wasn't even. I hope this don't sound harsh, but you know, I'm sure at the time his whole thought process was trying to get out of that jam he was in. And another thing too, I think he also still paying attention to this trial. I think he also still, you know what I mean, paying deep attention to this trial. Because, like I say, I know he look at a lot of people different, but I think the guys who he went through the trial with, I feel like all of them got a bond now. I feel like all of them got an unbreakable bond. And I know the video came out about Yak Gotti and, you know what I mean, this and that and that and this. But like I say, they all went through that thing together, man. They all went through that hell together for them 2-3 years. And we all know once you go through something with someone that deep, you just form an unbreakable bond. Whether you meant to do that or not, you just form an unbreakable bond. And I feel like each one of those defendants that was sitting, you know, in that courtroom with him, that stood tall, I just feel like they got an unbreakable bond. So I feel like with the respect that Thug got for Shannon and Yak Gotti going forward, I just feel like he didn't want to come out, you know what I mean, make a social media presence or make any songs and things like that, because, you know what I mean, he want to show that respect. Plus, on top of that, you know he got a deep hate disdain for that DA office. So I feel like he's still concentrated on his trial. He want to make sure them boys walk up out of that courtroom before he do anything else, because you got to know too, man. This one thing you got to know too. Them lawyers that Thug got, I could tell they was already close. Well, as far as Brian Steele, I don't know how close him and Attorney Adams was before this trial, but you already know him and Brian Steele was real close before the trial even started. But you better know they way more deeper now before this trial started. And I feel like Thug is gonna always take the advice and take the guidance from Brian Steele for the rest of his life. I feel like if Thug make it through these 15 years of probation without going back, I feel like you got to give just as much of the credit to Brian Steele and Attorney Adams just as much as you give to Thug, because you got to know going forward they're gonna be a big part of Thug life. So I feel like Brian Steele and Attorney Adams got a lot to do with why we ain't seen or heard from Thug. If they tell him lay low for 6 months to a year before you do anything, I feel like that's just what Thug gonna do. That's just what it's gonna be. You gotta understand, man. You gotta understand. For them two attorneys to get Thug through what he been through, you gotta understand, man. They had the utmost respect for Thug, and Thug got the utmost respect for them now. So you gotta know anything that them two attorneys says right now goes. So if they tell him to sit down, Thug gonna sit down. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And like I say, for the things that they put him through, I really hope he stay on this good path. Whether we like it or not, you know, we fans of him, you know what I mean? We all want music, we all want to see him, but at the end of the day, man, it's about him, his family, and his life that he got to live going forward. At the end of the day, we entertained by this stuff. So at the end of the day, Thug got to put himself first. He can't put nobody else first no more, whether it's fans, whether it's whatever you want to, you know what I mean, put in front of, or was a possibility of him putting in front of himself. He can't do that no more. So I'm pretty sure he probably meeting with Brian Steele probably once a week, once every 2 weeks, twice a week, twice every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Brian Steele is going to be a big part of Young Thug's life going forward, if he already wasn't. If he already wasn't, man. And you got to know what the resources Thug got as far as the music industry. You know what I mean? I can name names: Future, Metro Boomin, Drake. You know what I mean? Just them three alone, you got to know he got the resources to come out with some good music. That's how you know he just feel like now ain't the time, and you know the situation that he coming out of, he just don't want to do that right now. So that lets you know, like I say, he got the resources to do all that. He just don't want to do it. And you got to respect that, man. As much as we want to see him right now, as much as we want to hear some music right now, you know what I mean, we just got to respect his time right now, man. He the one got to do them 15 years, you know what I mean, on that strict probation. He the one gotta go through that, not us. We just sitting around being, you know what I mean, entertained by him. That's it. We ain't gotta go through them 15 years or know where he gotta, you know what I mean. We probably not even gonna know what he gotta go through on a daily basis, cause you know what I mean, he probably gonna hide it from us and, you know, make it look good as possible. But like I say, I just feel like Thug got to do what he got to do to make it through them 15 years. And if that mean not dropping music like that, then so be it, man. If that mean not having a social media presence like that, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, me personally, I feel like the less you seen and the less you heard from, the most famous you'll be, the most popular you'll be, because now you got people salivating at the mouth to see you. You know what I mean? And it just go back to social media. Social media good, but at the same time, it gave us too much access to you know what I mean, celebrities and things like that. Depending on how old you was, you remember music, whether you want to call it the rap game or, you know, rap music, R&B music, all that was much better when we didn't have all this access to the artists that we had. Back in the day, only time you seen your favorite artist, or you know what I mean, your favorite singer, the only time you seen them was when they came on TV. So it was pretty much controlled how much you seen them. Nowadays, it ain't like that. You can go to their social media page and be able to pull them up. You know what I mean? Everybody got a camera crew now and everything. So you got all the access that you want. And like I say, I don't think that's a good, at the end of the day, I don't think that's a good thing. I really don't. I really don't. But about to go in the crib. Just pulled up at my people's crib. I'm about to go in here, see what's good, see what's going on. I wanted to chit chat with y'all for a little bit. I'm gonna come back to y'all probably tomorrow or something. I know y'all ain't seen me in a couple days, but I'm still here. I just be busy a lot. I got a lot of stuff be going on, but I'm still here. I'm gonna talk to y'all probably tomorrow or something. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to me. Appreciate y'all's support. Like, share, subscribe. Show me some support. I appreciate y'all. Happy Thanksgiving again.